The White House is pushing back pretty hard against this account that Gary Cohn, the president's top economic advisor, faked a bad connection to get the president off the phone. Cohn had been meeting with about a dozen moderate Democratic senators regarding tax reform when the president dialed in from his trip in Asia. Delaware Senator Tom Carper said that the call was still going 15 minutes later, so he suggested this to Gary Cohn.
And I said, Gary, why don't you do this? Why don't you just take the phone from your cell phone back and just say, Mr. President, you're brilliant, and but we're losing contact, and I think we're going to lose you now, so goodbye. And that's what he did, and he hung up.
Are you saying Gary Cohn faked a bad connection to get the president off the phone?
Well, I wouldn't, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but yes.
Okay, so a White House spokesperson says that Senator Carper's claim is completely false. So just a short while ago, we asked for another senator to come on CNN and to explain what he saw, what he heard. And it was Senator Chris Coons who confirmed it was indeed a challenge for Gary Cohn to, quote, transition off the call. But he remembers things a bit differently.
It was a long call. It was clear that there was some eagerness in the room for us to resume our conversation. We heard a lot from the president. I do remember Senator Carper making that suggestion. I don't think Gary Cohn abruptly hung up on the president, but it was a challenge to transition him off the call, and I think Gary Cohn handled it appropriately.
With me now, CNN White House reporter Jeremy Diamond and Shelby Holliday, politics and business reporter for the Wall Street Journal. Good to see both of you.
Great to be here.
Give me the straight skinny from the White House. What are they saying?
Well, as of now, it seems like everybody except for Senator Tom Carper seems to remember this incident a little bit differently.
Yeah.
This is what White House spokesman Raj Shah told me in an email. He said Senator Carper's claim is completely false. Gary Cohn took the phone off speaker and continued to speak with the president privately for several minutes before they concluded the call. Carper's spokesperson is also now saying that while Senator Carper did encourage Gary Cohn to end that call quickly, he's not quite sure if he actually did end the call as abruptly as Senator Carper seems to remember at first.
So this all sort of seems now much ado about nothing. It is interesting, though, to hear the different lawmakers' opinions on, President Trump's presence on the call and how he feels about such a key issue for him.
Right, which is interesting because we hear this secondhand, but we have not heard the president come out and talk much about the tax plan. He's spending his time on Twitter talking about the NFL, talking about basketball players. We haven't really heard him sell the tax plan like he's allegedly did on that phone call for, unending phone call. He hasn't really given long interviews. I think you tweeted maybe you were thankful for this long interview on CNN.
Right.
Wait, just kidding.
Right.
So it is kind of interesting to hear that behind the scenes he's passionate about this, yet in public we haven't heard much.